What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Courtside Financial. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video, and make sure you hit that like button because that really does help the channel out a lot. Today we're going to be talking about Tortoise Acquisitions, SHLL. It's 4:05 p.m. right after the market closed, and the stock is trading at $31.13, up 28.41% for the day. I do not have a position in SHLL, and none of this is financial advice. This is just me sharing my research and my ideas with you guys. It's super important to make sure you do your own research and come to your own conclusions. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Just a few days ago, NBC News has released an article stating that California has shaken up the auto industry by declaring that all vans and trucks must be electric by 2024. So we know that the sustainable trucking industry is definitely going to materialize in the future, and it's definitely going to be a thing. The question that investors have today is who's going to be a player in that industry so that they can get their money into the right companies and make sure that they get a return on their investment. Reverse mergers are extremely popular these days. We saw that with Nikola recently and Vecto IQ. Now we are seeing that with Tortoise Acquisition Corp and Hyliion. Tortoise Acquisition Corp was a special purpose acquisition company, so their main purpose is really just to buy out another company. They're actually taking a different approach than Nikola and Tesla. So I actually did go through their entire presentation, and there is some very good information in it, but you have to read it with the eye of a skeptic. You have to be skeptical when you're reading this because obviously it's coming from them and there's going to be a lot of marketing involved. So take everything with a grain of salt, of course, which is what I did, and I'm going to just explain to you guys a little bit about the company, and then if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll figure out if I'm opening up a position in this or not. So right off the bat, before you even want to look into investing into a company, you want to know what is the total addressable market. So for Hyliion, they're claiming that the total addressable market is a $800 billion market. This makes pretty much sense to me as I research electric vehicles a lot, so I know a lot about Tesla and I know a lot about NIO, which is primarily what I've been covering on this channel this far. The next thing you want to know when you're looking into a company is what problem are they going to solve? Obviously, we heard what California has said about electric vehicles, which means that there is a need for more sustainable trucking, right? So that's the problem they're solving. But are they really going to be able to do a better job than players like Tesla? If you know me, if you watch this channel, you know that I don't like to particularly invest in IPOs. I don't like to invest in startups, newly traded companies, whether that be reverse merger or whatever. Just because there's always a ton of speculation and there's a ton of pumping done by investors who are too eager to get in on it, and a lot of times they get burned. You remember what happened to Uber in 2019 when it first IPO'd. Investors were not too satisfied that year. Now it's 2020 and investors are a little more happy than they've been. They already have a working solution available. The first solution that they offer is their Hypertruck ERX that uses renewable natural gas to generate electricity and powers the motor for these trucks. There won't have to be many pit stops to go recharge your vehicle, or in Nikola's case, refuel your vehicle, which is ultimately going to save time, and in the business world, time is money. Now, this is actually technology that's already on the market, but the difference is they're only using that renewable natural gas to power the motor instead of using the renewable natural gas to power the vehicle, which means that it's going to, when they do have to stop to fill up on the renewable natural gas, it's going to be a lot less time to fill that up. One of the main advantages that I see here is that because they don't have a actual battery pack, because they're only using the powertrain here, they don't have to take up space inside of the actual vehicle, which means there's more space to move product. Now, when you look at a Tesla, obviously that battery is going to be heavy, making the vehicle a little less efficient, and then it's also going to take up space. So companies who do go with the Tesla won't be able to carry as much. In theory, this product would be able to perform better than anything that's on the market, but that's only in theory. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, just like Mike Tyson said, right? So what do I mean by that? A Hypertruck ERX will allow vehicles to be fully loaded at 80,000 pounds. Now you think about anything else like just a Tesla Model 3, for example, that's going to take 30 minutes to charge at a supercharger. This big truck can be charged in 10 minutes, which sounds pretty good to me. They are able to convert existing trucks which are already on the road into hybrid trucks with their powertrain. How many Volvo trucks do you see on the road? Obviously, a lot of these new sustainable technologies are here to invalidate and disrupt the trucking industry. So this actually increases the total addressable market for a company like Hyliion, because without getting rid of trucks like Volvos, they can actually become customers and provide revenue for companies like this, allowing them to survive in this ever-changing environment. Now, when it comes to using sustainable energy, a lot of states and countries even are actually offering tax incentives for companies to go green. For example, last year, if you had a business, you could have got a Tesla for free if you were using it for business purposes, which is audited by the government, so don't try to finesse and get around that. But in the case of corporations, not only are they going to be making their business more efficient, they'll also be saving in taxes and getting a lot of policy support from the government. So for me, if it was between Nikola and Hyliion, I would definitely go with Hyliion, because they already have shown a little bit of proof of concept, as Nikola is pretty much, to me, just an idea and a lot of speculation at this point. They already have that conversion system that's shipping out to customers right now. Nikola has plans to create their product in the future and have that ship out to consumer. If they're able to grab just at least 3% of that $800 billion market, that means that they will be able to do $24 billion in revenue. Like I said, this is a product that's already on the market and there is a demand for it. In their slide right here, it says 96% of countries would like something that's more sustainable. 86% of companies would like something that's more sustainable. 81% of consumers demand something that's more sustainable. In my opinion, something like this offers companies a greener future while being on the path of least resistance. They don't have to do too much internally. They can just outsource this, because this is a very hard task to accomplish, and obviously Hyliion is going after a huge market and addressing a huge opportunity. Hyliion is well positioned with their pricing because they have the lowest upfront cost and they also have the lowest 7-year cost of ownership. Now, getting back to what I said about being skeptical, that part of their presentation is based on the future. As someone who watches the EV industry very closely, we know that battery costs are declining over time. And we expect someone like Elon to get the cost of those Tesla trucks down over time as well. This is a guy who's actually set out to innovate, and he's accomplishing it at unprecedented rates. I'm sure Nikola will try to stay competitive in their pricing too. So obviously I don't like to put a lot of fluff in my videos. I like to give you guys the facts and give it to you straight. So I'm actually not going to be opening a position in this stock for a couple reasons. One is because there's a lot of market uncertainty right now. I'm trying to keep a lot of cash right now to get ready to take advantage of deals should we have a market correction, but I'm still consistently investing. I'm a fundamental guy, so I'm looking years and years down the road. I'm not looking to get into spec stocks and make a lot of money really quickly. My biggest spec stock is Virgin Galactic, and obviously that's going to be a long hold for me unless I get an extremely high return in the meantime. Number two is that I invest in people. Obviously, I looked through the slides. They have a pretty decent team, but I would rather put my money with a guy like Elon who can raise capital at the snap of a finger. We know that businesses like these are extremely capital intensive. We saw what happened with NIO when they were having those funding issues. The stock almost went bankrupt. We saw what happened with Tesla. They needed to raise funding. So if you can't raise funding, and their plan is all assuming that nothing is going to go wrong, but if something does go wrong, are these guys going to be able to raise funding? Are they going to be able to change the sentiment about their business? So I can understand if you're a trader and you're a momentum trader and you're just trying to make a quick return in a stock like this, then more power to you, do your thing. But on this channel, we like to stay strong to our principles and our fundamentals and be patient in getting those returns. So this is going to be a fun stock to watch. I can watch it, maybe tell you guys how to play it, but in my opinion, I'm not going to take part in it. And best of luck to all shareholders who bought in right now. I think the stock is hugely trading on market sentiment. which just basically means that a lot of people are buying into the story right now and they're pumping it a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future prices do come down for this stock. I did spend a lot of time researching this just because a lot of you guys in the comments have been telling me to take a look at this stock, and there you have it. It was something that was in my alley. I like technology, I like new energy vehicles, I like things that push the conversation forward. So I want to know what you guys think about this stock. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.